Alright, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. So let's continue our syllabus. Last class we already looked into how to plot data using R base package, right? We already looked into how to plot data for scatter diagram, right? And then we also look into how to plot data for line chart, right? And we already learned the additional arguments in plotting data using base package, such as adding legend, label, font family, font style, font size, axis function, and so on, right? So today we're going to continue. Let's finish up this topic by today. So we're going to look at bar chart. So the objective of bar chart is to see the frequency distribution of the data, right? And the data required is basically categorical data, which is a qualitative data. So for qualitative data only, right? Bar chart is for qualitative data only to see the frequency distribution of the data, right? And we can combine the data with the numerical variable to see the distribution of categorical variable according to numerical data, right? So the function is using bar plot, right? So this is the function of plotting a data graph bar chart, which is bar plot, right? So we're going to use empty cars dataset. So in the empty car dataset, we have 32 observation and 11 variables. And let's plot CYL, number of cylinder, right? Empty car. So by using empty car itself, let's look at the structure of the empty cars, right? So CYL is, we understand that CYL is our categorical variable, kan? But the data types in empty car is numeric. We need to change it to factor. Empty cars CYL, right? So by doing this, we will not get a graph lah, because this data, by using a bar plot, the data should be aggregate data, means that it should be total before we create the data, right? So let make it this one as a factor variable first, as factor empty cars CYL, right? And then we need to table the data. So let's say empty cars, bar plot, table empty cars CYL. So then baru kita akan dapat the bar plot lah, right? So this is the, kalau boleh nampak, this is the code, which is bar plot, and we need to table the data first. Make sure we get the table data, the aggregate data lah. Table empty cars CYL, should get 4 cylinder should get 11, 6 cylinder 7, and 8 cylinder 14. So then after doing this, baru kita boleh plot the bar graph. So this is the requirement for graphing or developing, constructing the bar plot lah. So now let's look at, let's say we want to add colors, right? Adding colors into bar plot. So basically we already learned this one before, right? Let's look at this one, table empty cars CYL, right? And we can include the title of the graph as well. Let's say bar chart showing distribution of CYL, number of cylinder. So then we will get the title, right? And then let's say we want to wait, I think, yep, this one. Let's say we want to put X label, Next label should be let's say number of cylinder, right? And then Y label, Y lab should be equal to frequency, ataupun let's say put a number of cars, right? To put color, we can put argument color, COL. Let's say I want to put a light pink, right? It will change it to light pink. Let's say I want to remove the border for each bar. Let's say put border equal to NA. So I will remove the border for each bar. So this is basically the basic bar chart lah for a single bar chart, right? So we can explore many things, such as for example, you want to change the color, you can go to HTML color codes, right? You can pick your own colors. Right, say I want to put it as green color, very light green, right? So then copy and paste here lah the codes, right? So it will change it to another color. Alright. Let's say you want to define by your own colors, right? For example, you want to put there are 3 bars, right? You want to put the 3 different colors in bar chart. So you can do like this, bar plot, right? A table, empty cars, CYL, right? Oops. Let me copy this one. Ini semua ni I masuk balik, right? So it will remain the same lah. And then let's say I want to change the colors to be 3 colors. Let's say C, I put C, right? Contain pink, blue, and green. So it will change it to pink, blue, and green lah, right? That is the thing we can do, right? And we can also put density to put more variety colors in the bar plot. So it will make it density plot lah. Let's say density equal to 15. You make it the line should be more compared to 10 lah. And let's say the density equal to 25. The line is more thicker, right? Banyak lagi line. Right, this is for density lah, right? So basically, this is the basic bar plot that we can do. Right, let's say we want to change, for example, the label for number of cylinder, right? So we want, instead of appearing 4, 6, and 8, we want to change it to 4 cylinder, 6 cylinder, and 8 cylinder. Rename the category, right? So we can say adding labels. Right. Alright, so for adding label, we can, let's say I copy this one first. Let's say I want this one. Right. Say I pick a color lah. So letak sama kan. So let's say the first color should be green color. Another one should be, let's say, blue with light blue. Right. This one. Oops. Should be and next one should be purple, very light purple, right? So this one yang kita buat tadi kan, so I just change the colors, right? And then let's say I want to rename, right? So I just rename names.arg, names the argument. So 4 cylinder should be, the first one is 4 cylinder, right? The second one will be 6 cylinder, and the last one will be 8 cylinder. So when I change this one, so means that I rename the category names. And the first one is 4, 6 and 8. So I already rename it to 4 cylinders, 6 cylinders and 8 cylinders by using names.arg, right? So let's say I want, instead of presenting the bar graph using frequency value, right? So I want to present the bar graph using percentage, right? So I want to appear the percentage value for each bar, right? So to appear the to show the percentage, right? So let's say the first one lah, before we go to the percentage, let's say I want to appear the value on top of the bar, right? Adding tags, right? So we just put tags, right? My bar. Let's say this one I store it as in my bar, right? So I can put it tags on the my bar. So my bar, right? And then I put table empty cars cyl, right? And then I'm using paste function, paste, right? To indicate the value that I want to put lah. Paste n should be equal to table empty cars cyl, right? And then separated by, this one should be n separated by nothing, right? So you can see here, first thing I need to do is I need to construct my bar chart, and then I insert the tags on top of the bar. So overlay lah, layer. I put layer on the bar lah. Right. Same goes to percentage, right? Percentage. So to get a percentage, you need to do some manipulation lah. For example, this one you just put the value of frequency, right? So I need to change it to percentage. But how to create a percentage? Remember last class, data summarization, we already learned prop.table, right? So prop.table, we can get the relative frequency. When we multiply with 100%, so we will get the percentage value lah. So for example, let's say I copy my bar again, right? So my bar, and then I put tags, right? My bar should be table empty cars with cyl, right? Then I put paste. Paste means that I want to write something on the table lah. So let's say percentage, right? Percentage should be round prop table. So round means that I want to make it in 2 decimal point lah, right? Table empty cars cyl, right? So this one should be here, multiply with 100 and then 2 decimal point, right? And then I need to put percentage to indicate that this is a percentage, and then separated by nothing, right? Oops, cannot find prop table. This is not prop table, PROP kan? Okay, so nampak kat sini, right? So dia akan bagi percentage. Let's say this one not nice, right? Let's say percentage. Again, yeah, percentage is 34.38%. Nampak tak? So this is the code, right? So kalau you nampak dekat sini, this is the bar, that the original bar that I created, right? The blank bar, right? And then I want to input the percentage value on top of the bar, or on top of each bar, kan? So I'm using tags function, right? Tags function. I'm calling my bar, this one, the bar chart, and then with the variable that I want to analyze, categorical variable. Then I want to paste percentage. This is the first word yang I nak sebelum the value of percentage. So this is the value of percentage, for each let's say this one, right? Kalau kita dah tengok last lecture on data summarization kan, so this one should be, yep, so they will give you a percentage by each category kan. So this is the formula. So 2 dekat belakang ni means that this is for round lah, means that I want it to be 2 decimal point, right? And then after I paste the value, I want R to show the symbol of percentage after the value, right? So I put percentage here and comma separated by nothing, means that I already put this separated by space here, right? So it will show the percentage lah. So if you zoom this one, you will see the percentage on top of the bar, right? So this is kalau kita tengok dekat sini, dia on top kan, so satu bar ni dia tenggelam dia punya value kan, right? So now what I need to do is I need to add more argument, which is position equal to 1. So dia akan turun ke bawah sikit. Kalau you nampak kat sini, dia akan turun ke bawah sikit. Nampak tak perbezaan, right? So let's say I delete this one first, right? If you can see, this is without position. So kalau kita nampak dekat sini, dekat atas hilang kan. So let's say I add one more argument, which is position equal to 1, right? I run again. So kalau you nampak dekat sini, dia turun bawah sikit, right? So CX is to make it bigger, right? Or make it more bold lah, bigger kan. So nampak tak? Kalau I tak CX lah. So normally I don't want this the CX function. So that is how we construct a bar chart. So this is what we call as a vertical bar chart, right? So let's say I want it to be a horizontal bar chart, right? Horizontal bar chart. So horizontal bar chart is very easy, right? Let's say we copy again this one. I just copy this one, so I will get a nice bar chart, right? So I want it to be on horizontal position, so I just type another argument, horiz equal to true. So it will change it to horizontal position. Very simple, right? So selalunya dalam plot presentation ni, it depend on your screen lah, right? So if you zoom, you can see the whole picture. If you want to save the graph, just click on export, either save it as image or save as PDF. So you can save as image. Let's say save an image, you can see the graph preview because you know how large your image will be lah. So this one is the width and height of the graph. Let's say you want it to be bigger. Let's say this one 800 and height should be 700, right? So update review. So you cannot preview here, but when you save it, then it will be on 800 multiplied with 700 aspect ratio lah, right? You need to save it on your directory lah. By default, it will save it on your directory. You can also change your directory to where you want to save it, right? So this is horizontal bar chart. So this is for simple bar chart, right? So let's say we look at into a stack bar chart. So stack bar chart means that we are combining more than two categorical variable. I say normally two categorical variable, right? So stack bar chart. So stack bar chart ataupun kita panggil selalu stack bar chart lah. Mana ada perkataan lain ke? Ada perkataan lain ke? I cannot recall another names, but I know the stack bar chart is one of the name, right? So stack bar chart, let's say we look at table, empty cars, CYL and gear. Empty cars, gear, right? So let's treat this gear as a categorical variable as well. Let's say empty cars gear, and we need to change it as vector empty cars gear, right? So I will get this kind of cross tabulation table, right? So I have a CYL, right, on the row side. Remember, the first variable you input should be on the row, and the second variable should be on column, right? So you will get this kind of table. So let's say I want to plot this table, table into a bar graph, named as a stack bar graph. So I'm just using a bar plot function. So let's say this cross tabulation table, right, I name it as count, right, counts lah, so I save it under count. So I just need to call count saja lah. So, tak perlulah I nak copy the whole argument here, function dekat sini, right? Basically this one should represent table empty car CYL, comma empty car gear, right? So this one, let's say I plot this one, so then we will get a stack bar chart. So we can input our others arguments such as mean, so car distribution by CYL and gear, right? And then we can also put X label. X label should be, this is a number of cylinder, right? Oh, sorry, this one is not number of cylinder, this is number of gear, right? Because 3, 4 and 5. And then the colors, right, I can input the colors for each bar. Let's say if you can see here, we have 3 bars, 3 stack kan. Ada 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This one only 2, right? So we can put, let's say, colors. I can copy this one lah, I think. Right? So let's say this one. Okay, you can see here, it's already changed it to the colors. So let's say border equal to NA to make it nicer, right? And then we can also input horizontal if you want horizontal, right? Horizontal stack bar chart, right? And if you want the legend, right, to be appear on the graph, right? So normally when we graph the stack bar chart, right, we want to see what green color will represent apa, blue color represent apa, purple will represent apa. So we need to put legend should be equal to row names of count, right? So row name of count means that the value of CYL, right? So green should represent 4 cylinder, 6 represent blue, right? And 8 represent purple. So this is for stack bar chart. Let's say we want to create a multiple bar chart or cluster bar chart. So the purpose are same as a stack bar chart, but instead of we stack all the bar on the single bar, and we want it to be on clustered lah, right? Multiple or cluster bar chart. So it's the same function basically, right? Let's say I just copy this one, same function. We just need to add another argument, which is beside, right? Beside equal to true means that it will arrange it to multiple bar chart, right? Just like that. Very simple, right? If you want it to be horizontal, we just type horis equal to true, right? Oh, dia tak mau. Horis equal to true. Oh, sudah ada kat atas, right? Let's see. So this one I just change it to true, right? So it will be a horizontal multiple bar chart or stock cluster bar chart. All right. So let's look at another graph, which is histogram. Right. As we know, by using plot function, there are also histogram argument that we can plot histogram by using type equal to h. Right. Let's say we use a plot. Let's say plot empty cars. Let's say histogram is mainly for quantitative data only. This is for one quantitative data, only variable, and we want to see the shape of data distribution. Right, so for histogram is only meant for one quantitative data, and we want to see the shape of the data distribution, whether they are normally distributed or not normally distributed. If you have a categorical data, then you cannot use histogram, right? Histogram is only meant for numerical data, right? So let's say we try to plot cars MPG. If you put like this, you will get a scatter diagram lah. So we need to put another argument, which is type equal to h, right? So when this one m, right, when I put type equal to h, it shows a very not nice looking histogram lah. This is not a really histogram, kan? So basically plot function is not really good function to plot histogram. So we're going to use his function, right, empty cars mpg. So we will get a histogram. Right. So let's say I want to see the BMI, right? Say I create a new variable. Let's say n equal to 1000 observation, m equal to 24.2, and standard deviation equal to 2.2, right? So I try to plot his BMI. So I will get a very nice histogram showing a normal distribution, right? So let's say I want to put colors on histogram, right? I want to put colors on histogram. Let's say I create my color scheme. Let's say color rampage palette. So if you don't really know how to use this one, right, I suggest you to do some further study on color rampage function, right? So we can put colors range from C light blue to blue. Means that it will create a range of color from a light blue to blue, right? And then I create histogram. So now let's say I put colors equal to wow. This is the color scheme that I already create. So it will change it to the color, and it will fill in the color lah, from the light blue to the dark blue, right? So we can also do another argument, which is break, right? Break equal to let's break with s equal to 20. Means that we're going to break the graph, right? So remember the function of break in STA 111, right? You already learned about Sturge rule, right? Sturge rule. Remember Sturge rule, how we're going to partition the data into class, right? We have a very large ungrouped data, and we want to create histogram. We need to partition the data into class, right? According to the class size, right? Using a Sturge rule. Sometimes in buku yang you pakai tu, Lautokia tu, dia pakai log n2, right? So it's same function. Let's say you look at the histogram, that description, right? You can see break here. They are using one of vector giving breakpoint between histogram, dia menggunakan apa function, formula apa dia pakai. Let's look at details. Break, so dia equi-space break lah, dia menggunakan equi-space break. So you can also use Sturge rule, right? Kalau you nak guna Sturge rule, by default the default break is Sturge rule lah, dia kata kat sini. So dia menggunakan Sturge rule. Okay, so you can use others algorithms such as CORD, FD, which is fragment diagnosis, right? So it depends on how many class you want to break, right? So let's say if you want to break to 10 class, so it will be more, it will be 10 class already lah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So there's 10 potongan lah, right? You remember potongan dengan cut dengan class lain kan? So you need to know that one. So let's say I put 20, so it will become 20 cuts lah. So break means how many cuts you want to do, right? So let's say this is they are giving you y-axis is in term of frequency, right? Let's say you don't want the value of frequency, you just write frequency equal to force, right? So it will change to density, means this is a probability value, right? So normally we are using frequency lah, frequency equal to true. By default we don't need to specify this one, right? Let's say we want to create, we want to add adding normal distribution curve, right? As in SPSS, right? SPSS, they always give you a normal distribution curve. So let's say to create a normal distribution curve, let's say I need to create an histogram dulu lah, a very nice histogram, and then you need to create a curve to overlay the histogram. So let's say I want to create by normal distribution normal, x should be mean equal to mean BMI. So I need to do some calculation here. Standard deviation SD equal to SD BMI, right? And then add equal to true, right? So dia tak keluar lagi lah, right? But we need to put colors, let's say LWD equal to 2. So let's say should be here, tak nampak pun, kejap. So dia dekat bawah ni kan. So notice that when I create normal distribution curve, dia tak keluar. Kalau you nampak dekat sini, dia dekat bawah ni, because normal distribution curve is in term of probability value kan. So this one y-axis in term of frequency value. So you need to change to frequency, right? And then add the distribution curve. Then you will get a normal distribution curve inside on top of histogram. So this is how we create histogram lah. We can also add colors for the normal distribution curve. Let's say dark blue, right? So we will change it to dark blue. Okay. Alright, so the next graph that we want to see is a box plot. So the box plot, we're going to the function for the box plot same as histogram. This is for one quantitative variable, and we want to see the shape of data distribution. This is the same function, the same objective as histogram. So for histogram box plot, we're going to use box plot function, empty cars, mpg. So we will get a box plot, right? Right. So this is how we create a box plot. How to read the box plot is from a minimum value to the maximum value. Right. We will see the rectangular. First, we're going to look at the tail. Right. So if the tail is longer on the right hand side, so then it should be skewed to the right distribution lah. Right. So same as histogram, we can add all the argument that we want. Let's say color equal to pow, means that I want to create a color, and then I can create main equal to the title of the box plot. So box plot showing oops, distribution of MPG. Right. So this is for MPG, right? So let's say I want to create a box plot for each category of CYL, right? So box plot, oops, empty cars, right? And the variable should be MPG, and I'll put tilde, right? Empty cars CYL, right? So I already created a box plot for each category of CYL. Boleh. So this is how we create a box plot lah. This is what we call as multiple box plot. Right. Same, the how to read the box plot is same as previous lah. Right. We look into from the smallest value to the largest value. We look into at the tails. Right. Kalau tails dengan box ni, box sebelah kiri ni, belah kanan ni dia lebih besar, and then dia on skew to the right. Kalau dia sama besar semua means there's normal distribution, right? So I believe that you already know how to interpret the box plot, right? So let's look at correlation matrix. So this is about a scatter diagram lah, correlation matrix. So correlation matrix, we're going to use function name as pairs, right? Pairs. Let's say I want to create correlation matrix. Let's say let's look at STR empty cars. Right. So I want to create correlation matrix for MPG, displacement, horsepower, right? And until ni lah, until Q side. So this one should be empty cars, right? So variable number 1, number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? 7 je lah. So it will mana tu? This one should be yeah. So they already give us the correlation matrix. So we can see the correlation. The basic correlation matrix is a scatter diagram lah. Right, we use scatter diagram to see the relationship of numerical variable. So MPG and displacement, so we can see that there is no non-linear relationship, right? But it's a negative non-linear relationship. So displacement and horsepower, we can see there is a linear relationship at one point, and then it became decrease after that, right? So MPG and weight, you can see clearly there is a negative linear relationship. So this is a correlation matrix lah. Okay. So any questions so far regarding a base package? Plotting using base package. Next, we will look into a ggplot package. Soalan tak?
Sir.
Yes. Box plot horizontal. Sure can. We just include this one is this is a vertical, right? Just horizontal is equal to true, so it become horizontal, right? Boleh? Okay. So we already changed it to horizontal by putting horizontal equal to true. That's all. And others arguments such as the title, the exist title is the same function as we already discussed before. I just put let's say main main equal to, let's say this is box plot, and x label should be number of cylinder. Oops, so we need to put this one, and y label should be equal to miles per gallon. Right, so we will change it accordingly lah. But this one, when we put horizontal is equal to true, we need to bear in mind, let's say originally number of cylinder is on x-axis, right? So when you put horizontal is equal to true, now it became x became number of cylinders. So you need to change y lap and x lap lah. Y lap this one should be x lap this one, right? You need to rectify the x-axis title again. Okay, boleh ya? And of course you can put colors equal to rainbow, let's say 30. Boleh tak? Yeah, you can do. Right, ataupun color from light pink to this one, apa yang tak kena tadi, closure tak betul. We are using this one, colors, lupa colors, right? Ataupun tadi ada ni, okay, let's say for, alright, benda yang sama lah, tapi I ada missing something dekat sini. So basically benda yang sama, right? Mana Paul tadi? This one. Yes, I lupa 30. So let's say I nak tukar sikit. Right, you will change it accordingly lah. Okay, so let's say 20, so it will change to 20. Right, 10. Dia akan berubah lah. Dia ikut ni, let's say kita letak 3 saja. Right, so dia akan base pada 3 lah. Right. Okay, this is for base package. Ini kalau tak ada question, kita akan move to ggplot package. So before we move to the ggplot package, let's say we take a 5-minute rest. Right, we already done 43 minutes lecture, right, until now. So we take 5-minute rest before we continue to ggplot package, right?